Take a sip if you've lied to your parents. Take a sip if you think that your dad won't come out of this chair on you if you don't tell him the truth.
Won't? Take a sip if you've lied to your daughter.
Small lie. Take a sip if you think your dad is the best dad ever. You don't want some of that Coke? Okay.
No.
So I'm gonna take a sip if I think I have the best daughter. One of the best daughters ever. Oh, how about this? Take a sip if you're sitting next to your favorite parent.
Your parents here?
Take a sip if you're in spirit.
Marsau Scott recently shared a lighthearted and very interesting moment with his daughter that fans of Love and Marriage, Huntsville are still talking about. The conversation centered around a playful but telling game of Take a Sip, where simple questions brought out sweet, funny, and even revealing answers about their family dynamic. What makes this moment so engaging is that it wasn't staged drama or heated conflict like we usually see on the show. Instead, it was a more personal, father-daughter exchange that gave fans a softer side of Marsau, who is often known for his strong opinions, tough exterior, and at times controversial comments on relationships and marriage. The game began with Marsau's daughter being asked if she had ever lied to her parents. Like many kids, she had to smile and admit by taking a sip. It was a small and playful way of confessing something that almost every child can relate to. After all, who hasn't told a small fib to their parents growing up? What made the moment stand out was the way Marsau reacted. Instead of turning it into a lecture or a serious issue, he laughed it off in that fatherly way that shows understanding while still reminding his child that he knows when she isn't telling the full truth. Marsau jokingly added that if she didn't tell the truth, her dad might just have to get up out of the chair. His tone wasn't harsh, but it did show that traditional fatherly presence he often carries. Fathers like Marsau often walk a fine line between being strict and being fun. In this clip, it was clear that he was leaning into the fun side, giving his daughter a safe space to admit to little things without judgment. That balance is something many parents strive for, and it gave fans a chance to see Marsau in a more relatable light. The game continued with Marsau himself being asked if he had ever lied to his daughter. With a smile, he admitted that he had, but described it as just a small lie. That response again showed the natural flow of their relationship. Parents sometimes hide little truths from their children, whether to protect them, surprise them, or simply make them feel better in the moment. Marsau's honesty here was refreshing. He didn't try to deny it or act perfect. Instead, he showed his daughter that even parents aren't flawless. That in itself is an important parenting lesson, teaching kids that mistakes happen, honesty matters, and nobody is above the truth. Then came one of the sweetest parts of the exchange. The game asked if Marsau's daughter thought her dad was the best dad ever. Without hesitation, the response was yes, and it was shown with her participation in the sip. That moment lit up Marsau's face, and fans watching could tell he was deeply touched. A child calling their father the best dad ever may seem like a small thing, but to a parent, it's one of the greatest compliments. Marsau took the chance to reflect that he, too, felt his daughter was one of the best daughters ever. That exchange of appreciation, both ways, became one of the most memorable highlights of the conversation, but perhaps the most telling question of the game was this one: take a sip if you're sitting next to your favorite parent. That was the question that sparked laughs and also revealed a lot about the bond between Marsau and his daughter. When kids are put in situations where they're asked to choose between mom and dad, it can often be tricky. But in this case, Marsau and his daughter played along with humor, making it clear that while both parents are loved, the bond she has with Marsau is truly special. This moment reminded many fans that Marsau is more than just the strong, opinionated husband we often see in heated conversations with LaTisha or debates with other cast members. He is also a father who deeply loves his children and who makes an effort to connect with them in fun, meaningful ways. The father-daughter dynamic is so important, and it's refreshing to see Marsau show this side of himself. For viewers who may only associate him with business discussions or marital disagreements, this was a needed reminder of the family man behind the public image. The clip also touched on an emotional note when it included the idea of taking a sip if a parent was not physically present but present in spirit. That small addition made the moment deeper, hinting at how family is not always about who is in the room but also about those whose love continues even when they aren't there. Marsau's daughter showed thoughtfulness and awareness at her age, which reflects the values instilled in her by both of her parents. It gave the game more weight and showed that behind the laughter, what makes this moment especially important in the broader context of love and marriage, Huntsville, is that fans often get caught up in the heavy drama of the show. There are constant conflicts, rivalries, betrayals, and tense conversations. But what keeps viewers invested long-term are the glimpses of real life, family bonding, and personal growth. Marsau showing his softer side through fatherhood is one of those glimpses. It reminds us that behind every storyline and every argument, there are parents trying to raise children, couples trying to make marriage work, and families navigating the everyday ups and downs of life. Marsau has not always been the easiest cast member for fans to love. He has been criticized for being dismissive at times, for being too traditional in his views of marriage, and for clashing with his wife LaTisha in ways that some viewers felt were unfair. Yet, seeing him interact with his daughter like this paints a fuller picture of who he is. It doesn't erase the flaws or the criticisms, but it does show a different side of him, one that is tender, protective, and deeply proud of his children. Parenting is one of the most important roles anyone can have, and in Marsau's case, it is clear that he takes it seriously even when he is joking around. His daughter feeling comfortable enough to admit to lies, to laugh, to joke, and to call him her favorite parent shows that there is trust in their relationship. That trust is something that every parent-child bond depends on. Without it, kids grow distant or feel judged. With it, they can grow, learn, and feel safe. Marsau's willingness to let his daughter shine in this playful game shows that he is building that trust every day. The game of take a sip may seem small and playful, but it actually carried a lot of meaning. It touched on honesty, trust, parental love, and even the idea of legacy and memory when thinking about parents who may not be present. It gave Marsau a chance to be seen not just as a husband in the middle of marital debates, but as a father who values his role. That matters, because it is often said that children remember the little moments, the laughter, the jokes, the playful games, just as much, if not more, than the big moments. Marsau gave his daughter one of those little moments that she will likely carry with her as she grows older. In many ways, the question of whether Marsau is his daughter's favorite parent is less about the answer and more about the bond it reveals. Even if she were to answer differently on another day, the fact that she could smile, laugh, and confidently express her feelings with her father sitting next to her shows the strength of their relationship. That is something no game, no sip, and no question can take away.